I believe if everyone's ready, we can begin our little evening entertainment here, my friends. Winter Fear by K. Ryan. Is it just winter, or is this worse? Is this the year when outer damp obscures a deeper curse that spring can't fix, when gears that turn the earth won't shift the view, when clouds won't lift through all the skies go blue? Somewhere, the sharp crack of a can of Miller Lite breaks the still of the night. Several long gulps are punctuated with a deep, satisfied sigh. Yeah, I've seen a great number of numbnuts and pissants get turned into one of us. I mean, we're practically a fucking vampire-making industry. Shovelhead party over here, shovelhead party over there. Most of the time, we don't even look before we hit. Fuck it. It's all gristle for the mill. War mill. You. I look, though. You want to know a secret? I almost let you go. I'm not like a number of my former packmates. It never dawned on me it never turned me on to the spoil. Shit, I gave a lot of blood in the fucking trenches in Europe because I thought it was worth it. Protect the innocent. Those who never asked for what came for them in the night. Until I became what came for them in the night, of course. Still, I never got my rocks off turning pretty and sweet into ugly and vile. I was just doing a job, being a soldier. And this is a war. Don't you fucking convince yourself otherwise. Fought against Camarilla, Kindred against Garu, everyone against the Antediluvians, though I'm starting to wonder if those cocksuckers really are ever coming back. But I can smell something on the wind, Princess. Some worm just turned, and beneath it is a whole lot of pestilence. War, famine, death. Something's coming. And it's not going to be the kind of thing you can shake your pretty little tits at and make go away. Mark my fucking words, Princess. They're coming to make a fucking rug out of your skin and to drink the wine of victory from your hollowed out skull. You're gonna fucking wish you'd listened to Daddy a bit more. You're gonna wish you'd gone all in and embraced that beast inside of you. But what do I care, Princess? I'm fucking dead. Right? Teddy, you found Nora missing last night when you traveled to her house, her home. You left a message for Owen to get back in touch with you, hoping he might be able to shed some light, because it seemed as though perhaps Aegis might have been involved in that. There was no response before sunlight forced you to ground. Where did you go to ground last night?
Her usual spot, the park.
You come out the next night with just the barest hint of Carter's voice fading. He must have been active while you were asleep, telling you things. You're just thankful that you were probably sleeping too soundly to hear any of the drivel that comes out of his mouth. There's just this lingering feeling of his voice rumbling up in the back of your mind. You come out of the ground and you find the little hollow in the tree where you hide all your stuff when you go to ground, and you find your phone, and there is, in fact, a message there waiting for you. It's from a number with no name attached to it. All it says is Harvester Park, Willowbrook, 2 a.m. Would you go ahead and roll me a d10, please?
Yo. 4.
All right, so you're sitting at 10 blood. What would you like to do? There's a few hours left before the meeting with Owen.
I think with a little bit of time before Owen, she might go to Cassie's and try to pay Prince a visit. I think she would do her the service of sending a text. Just says, "Hey, you around?"
Cassie, you come to. The house is quiet. Your phone is beeping. There's a message coming in. As you reach for it, you catch out of the corner of your eye, from the corner in the darkness, a pair of yellow eyes staring at you.
I think Cassie like scrambles up. You're back.
You know?
So sorry, I was clicking around. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I didn't know where else to go.
Did something happen?
No, I just don't really have any friends.
I think Cassie looks saddened by that. But she's gonna show you the room that she's got like made up for you.
Thanks.
Are you okay, Helena?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just the way my face looks.
It's not a bad face.
Thanks, I can make it look happier if you like. And she like kind of stretches her smile into like too wide for her face.
Cassie's not off-put by that, actually. But she'll just kind of shake her head. No, I like the other one better.
Oh, and you see it kind of like recede, but like on at opposite paces. Like one side goes faster than the other.
And then Cassie's gonna kind of look around. Where did I? You see my phone?
No.
She's gonna like get on like her hands and knees and like start looking under her bed and probably find it in the deep recesses of the shadows beneath her bed and grab it and flip it open. I'm gonna have a guest coming over.
Guest?
She's a friend. She's a really good friend. One of my best friends. You can meet her if you wanted to. She's like us.
Cool.
Or you don't have to. If you want to just stay in your room.
No, that would be nice. And you see Verena like sit on the corner, like far end of the couch, just like hands on her thighs, staring straight ahead.
Cool. I'll let her know. And I will text Teddy back, letting her know, yeah, you can come over. And I also have someone here, a new friend. Smiley face.
I think you get friend ? Back.
One of us. And then send.
I think she messaged you back and says, just ask like someone I know ?
Cassie will think for a second, and I don't think that there would be any sort of correlation between that would pop up in her head between Verena and Teddy. And she'll just be like, I don't think so.
I think she'll text you back and say, are you sure? Is this a bad time?
No, Cassie will say, no, come on over. I wanted to talk to you about something.
I'll just get on my way.
And whilst you were on your way, Helena, you wake up for the first time in a while with Hayden in bed next to you. He's, as usual, already up and busy going through his phone and checking messages and kind of keeping up to date with whatever news he's got that's coming in on that thing. And when you stir, he looks over and goes, "Sleep well?"
I think she just looks over to him from her spot in the bed and smiles and says, "Much better than I have been."
Right, is your brain online? Because we need to talk about something.
I think she rolls her eyes at him and sits up by propping herself up on her elbows. Spill it.
Your friend, Teddy.
I think Hayden immediately sees her hackles go up.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to fuck her.
I wasn't concerned about that. She's not really
Friend?
interested. Well, I was gonna say interested in you. That other part is a different situation. I love Teddy and Cassie. And I think that Helena thinks she does. So that's honest. I just don't know how much longer they're going to love me back.
Are you really that concerned about it?
Can I be honest with you?
Well, I would hope so.
I don't know anymore.
Helena, you're one of the most deceptive, manipulative, cunning, power-hungry people I've ever met. And yet, once in a while, you get this little note of sentimentality in your voice. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Cassie. And it's really difficult sometimes to get a read on whether or not you're being truthful when you sound like that, or whether you're just masking, because that's what you're used to doing and you think you have to do. But they're not really germane to anything that we're doing. They're never gonna really matter that much. You're gonna have to, at some point, come to the realization that they don't really matter beyond what they can get done for us.
I think Helena takes a moment and she sort of cuts Hayden a look, wide-eyed and brows knitted, almost questioning him and his words. And then she sits up a little bit further and she will kiss the corner of his mouth. Before you left, you said, "It's me and you."
Well, I think we're about to find out if that's true. Going back to your friend Hetty. You mentioned her little problem with the recent events in New York and the little shade of black that has appeared in her aura. I said I could help with that, and I can, and I'm happy to. I literally, it's nothing to me to do that. But I think I'm going to need something from Teddy in exchange. And if I ask Teddy for it, she's not going to give it to me. So I think you're going to have to use your wiles and your charms and your beautiful forked tongue to get her to do this. And I think when it's done, if you manage to convince her to do this, I think she's probably going to hate you for it afterwards. So before we go down that path, I think it would be important for you to do a little bit of self-reflection and assess whether or not this is something that you're willing to live with.
What do you want me to do, Hayden?
Well, I've been thinking about how to get to the Regent, Charlotte. One of the biggest problems is that she's been around for a long while and she has a lot of defense. So before I can do anything about her, we're gonna need to throw something at her. Batter down the walls, so to speak. And I was wondering who would be good for that, and I thought, there's a whole bunch of anarchs that have been just sort of making a mess the past few months. Kind of, you know, flexing their muscles and screaming and fucking whatever it is that they do for fun down in the Brick House District. So, I'm thinking they're exactly the kind of father we need to throw at her. So what you need to do is you need to convince Teddy, your friend, Teddy, that Charlotte Rojas has been given the go-ahead by the prince to clear the anarchs out of Bricktown. You're going to sweeten it by telling Teddy that Rojas has convinced the prince of this because there's something she wants in Bricktown and she's going to fight hard. You're going to tell her you heard me say that Rojas's haven is in Royston Hall on the grounds of the University of Chicago. You need to get Teddy to convince the anarchs that they are in danger, need to strike first. You can also tell Teddy that I'm offering to help her hide her aura. That'll help her trust you. Once they throw themselves at her, he's going to call me in for reinforcement. I'm the sheriff after all. And I'll finish her off and we'll blame the anarchs for it.
And how did I get all of this information? From you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she figures that, you know, most of the pumping you do with me is pumping for information.
I don't know what they think we do, honestly.
I don't think they think about it too much.
I hope they don't.
I think you need to convince her that you're her friend and you're very worried for her. And that you think this is a very credible threat. And that I think it's a very credible threat. And I'm very happy to talk to Teddy also if it'll help. I really think they need to strike. Because she's coming for them. And she's going to come for them hard.
I would like it if you talk to her with me.
Okay. I'm willing to do that. I was thinking it might be best if you approached her first, personally, one-on-one, but...
That I agree with. She won't come and talk to you, I don't think. Not without speaking to me first. And if I play it with the right angle, we'll probably get through. I think she still cares about me.
Well, we're about to find out. And I mean what I said. I will totally help her with her little problem, which, by the way, might end up becoming a bit of a bigger problem because at some point someone is going to get around to wanting to look for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially if word gets leaked and goes into the wrong ears. It would be really terrible.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand. The fact remains she's got a target on her back with that aura. And it's big.
Looks like you got your work cut out for you, buddy.
And she gives him like a little slap on the face and grins. Nothing I can't handle.
I'm sure you have all the talents in the world. Let's just, no, I don't think I need to say.
Say it.
Let's just make sure that your loyalty to us is stronger than your loyalty to them.
You have my heart, Hayden.
That I do. And you have mine. Alright. Got a million things to do, but I'll be free later tonight. If you want to set up something with Teddy, talk to her, and then call me in. I'll be not too far. I'll swing in and help you seal the deal.
I'll text you.
Sounds good.
I think... yeah. I think Helena will text both Teddy and Cassie. And I would imagine they've got a little group chat. And it's just...
You got a Discord.
They've got a Discord now.
Cassie
And
is not. Not on her phone.
No, but she'll text both of them. It's like it's a row of hearts, and in all caps, Hayden is home. And then another row of hearts.
You get back a hooray! Exclamation point.
Teddy sends a thumbs up.
Great.
Girls just being there to support each other. Anything else you want to do, Helena, before...
She does want to sort of, with this new eviler and cooler Helena, she is leaning heavily into her path, and she knows she needs to feed, and she needs to make it hurt for the other person, not her.
As you head out to take care of that business, Samir has left a note for you. It says that Val, who came to see you yesterday about the conversation she overheard about the party at Oren Wine's place, has some news and some information for you, and know if you want her to deliver it in person or if you would simply like her to send a message.
She can send just a message to Samir. I would imagine Samir has access to a phone and can reach her directly.
Not too long after, you get a message from her that contains the following information. The owner of the escort service she works for, and several others, in fact, is apparently someone that Samir recognizes as Indrid. He says that he believes she is of Clan Toreador. Her name is Sophia Golab, and she runs several escort companies and is involved with a place called the Seven Sisters Club.
Oh, Helena knows a lot about the Seven Sisters Club. Very interesting. I think she's gonna eat over there.
You put on your dancing shoes
Scootity.
and hoot scoot, where is scoot boot scoot boot boot scoot and boogie
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
on over, I guess, to the Seven Sisters Club to grab a bite. Meanwhile, Teddy, you've received these texts from your friends. What are you up to?
Yeah, she's heading over to Cassie's.
You head on there. As you're heading on, your phone rings. You see that it's Lee.
She picks up. Yeah,
Hey, how's it going?
on my way to see Prince. What do you need?
Oh, give him a scritch for me. I don't need anything. Just Deacon wanted me to follow up on what he discussed with you yesterday.
Yeah. He wanted some names, transportation, right? So
Yeah, places that you can move the headquarters, so to speak, and he's very interested in, for some odd reason, the transportation systems here in Chicago, so something that would give him access to that.
yeah, I don't know much about moving the headquarters, but I can shoot you over Boz's info. He would be great for transportation. Just don't get him wrapped up in anything stupid, all right? Boz is a good man.
Hey,
Close friend of mine.
there's nothing stupid going on here. We're just, there's a little bit of space finally with all the elders kind of fucking hiding away in their little bolt holes, and we were just thinking maybe we would claim a little bit of it for ourselves.
Don't be an idiot, Lee. Everything comes to light eventually, we know this. Secrets don't stay secrets for long. You've been around long enough. You should know that.
Yeah, but
Just be smart.
I got you. Don't worry.
And don't get my guy in trouble. That's all I'm asking, all right? Boz has stepped up when I needed him and been there in some good times and bad times for me. So
I get
just
that.
want to make sure he's protected.
I hear you. I'll keep an eye on it.
Right. I'll shoot his info over when we get off the phone.
Okay. What you up to tonight?
I'm gonna go see my dog, like I said.
Okay. You're bored later. You know where to find me.
Yeah. All right.
Take care.
She just hangs up as he's saying take care.
Thank you very much, Kurt. Kurt dropped some bits and everyone's got a night move.
Hey, thanks, Kurt.
Thank you very much. Father out there just dropping the bits. You head across town, heading over to Cassie's. Meanwhile, at Cassie's, Verena, you are sitting on the couch. Cassie's off doing something in the kitchen. You're not quite sure what's going on. But something that's been kind of freaking you out a little bit since you got here is the fact that there appear to be other people in the apartment. You keep hearing voices of people talking to each other. There's at least 3 different voices that you've heard. 2 women, one slightly older, perhaps one younger, and one male voice. And they seem to always be talking in another room. And when you got up and went to see in the other room, there was no one there. And then the sounds seemed to come from a different room. You've gone through the apartment. It's not a big apartment. It's like, 2 bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom, and a kitchen kind of thing. You've looked on the front porch also, and there's nothing there, but you keep hearing these voices, people talking. And they're talking about the most mundane stuff, like, just daily stuff, how you doing, what's happening. Someone needs to water these plants.
Cassie?
Cassie's head just kind of pokes around the wall. Huh? Yeah?
Do you have roommates?
She looks at Prince. I guess he would qualify as a roommate.
No, I
He doesn't
mean,
pay any rent,
Prince
though.
is on his super duper dog bed.
Yeah, his Tempur-Pedic dog bed.
Yeah, his toys all arrayed around him.
no, I mean like people. Are there people here?
No. I mean, define people, I guess.
A man, couple women, talking about mundane stuff.
Are they making a comment about the plants again?
Yeah, one of them forgot to water them.
I keep killing them.
Cassie, are you not watering the plants? That's silly. And I walk over to a plant and just like start tending to like getting my fingers all the way down into the soil with both hands.
It's very dead. Cassie has hope that it'll come back to life, but it's very clearly, it's probably been overwatered is the problem.
Yeah, that's mostly what happens with people and plants. They tend to overwater them.
Yeah. I just, there's just like that fine balance. I can't seem to, but no, well, yeah, there are people, not roommates. They kind of hang around. Sometimes, most nights.
I turn around with a handful of like dry soil in my hands. I go, who are they?
Well, you remember the guy down under the hospital that was with us?
Yeah.
He's there. And then this girl that I knew from college, Elliot, and then my mom.
Oh, your mom's dead.
Yeah.
What's she doing here then?
There's something happened.
Like what?
She said that it was like a door opening and everyone walked out. And now they're all here again. In the living world, for lack of a better term.
That must be annoying for you.
Kind of. Honestly, they just, they keep pestering me about the plants, really. That's kind of just the most annoying part, because I know I'm not really good at taking care of plants. I am also a little worried about the fact that there are just so many, I see a lot of them everywhere now, not just the ones in my apartment, but just a lot of them everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Ghost magnet. And I boop her nose with like dirty fingers.
Cassie does not. Like, she's just unblinkingly staring at you.
Yeah.
You can hear them, though.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
The name Elliot also rings familiar for Vorena, as you remember that Francis had a friend that she was very fond of in Chicago, the university, who was called Elliot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't know that Elliot had died.
Yeah, it was, I think she got murdered. I was brought in for questioning and stuff. So it was kind of sad, I guess.
That is sad.
You knew her?
Very sad. Oh, I didn't know. No, I didn't know, but someone I know knew them, and I think that they will be sad to know that. Death is strange. You all are so fixated on it.
I think I've found myself becoming less and less fixated on it, honestly.
Even though there are more and more ghosts around you?
I think that's what's making me less and less fixated on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's quite as permanent as we all think it is.
It's not. Just a phase.
Part of the cycle.
Yeah. You got it. And as I'm doing this, my hands are back in the soil and I'm starting to like try and revive this plant and bring it back to life.
And Teddy, at this moment you are approaching the house. What do? Do you just go up and ring? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think Teddy has like a little knock she does on the door to signify that it's her.
Just like a little shave and a haircut, did he?
Yep.
So I get the feeling that you live like in a small apartment building that's got like maybe like 3 apartments in
a
it
couple of units. It's not like the massive building I was in before.
So you have a door. There's like you're on the 2nd floor. Let's say there's a set of stairs in the back that leads up to a little balcony, and There's a back door that you can go up to.
I think Cassie was kind of just like fixated watching Verena try to bring this plant back to life, and then she hears the knock, and it like almost startles her a little bit because she was transfixed, and she will kind of hurriedly rush to the door, knowing it's Teddy. Kind of open the door. Hi.
Hey, Cass.
She'll kind of open the door some more and let you in,
Hearing the
calling
voice,
to Prince.
Prince gets up right away and darts out of the room and heads off into the kitchen and to the back door and sees comes out, his tongue lolling out, and he jumps up and he
Oh yeah, I think like it's just to be assumed that their greeting with one another is always like a wrestle fight on the ground. Like she instantly gets on all fours and just starts wrestling Prince and playing with him. And lots of who's a good boy? Who's my favorite boy?
I like to think that Cassie just kind of patiently stands there, like with her hands just kind of folded in front of her, just like watching, just like she's just very happy to see you happy.
And what's Borina doing?
Just completely immersed, like up to the elbows in soil and like starting to revive this plant.
I'm gonna say you're in the living room so that you just hear the sounds of the wrestling around and the dog barking and someone else yipping kind of like a dog, and it sounds really, really like an animal. You wrestle around for a bit. Prince drools all over you and all over the floor. He's very happy, and then at some point he kind of takes off and comes back and starts bringing you some of his toys. It's clear he thinks you can't hunt, so he's bringing you along.
The baby.
Yeah, yep. I definitely pat him on the head and eventually stand up and grab Cassie and pull her into a hug.
How are you, Teddy?
I don't honestly. I don't know. I'm okay, I guess. How
Cassie
about
will
you?
kind of nod. Yeah. Things are going kind of good right now. I had a meeting with the Primogens the other night. Last night, I think it was.
Meeting with the Primogens?
Yeah. And the prince. They So some stuff happened a while ago. At Edgewater, I didn't really say anything to anyone really about it.
You
But
went back there?
yeah, the professor showed back up and kind of convinced me to go back there, and some stuff happened. Anyway, I kind of, I guess, effectively saved people. They said they're going to give me like a status or something. And they're kind of talking about giving the Malkavians a seat again. So that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little... I'm trying to still wrap my head around the whole political side of everything. I don't think I'm very good at it, but I think that it's important to, I guess, immerse yourself in the culture to better understand everything going on.
Yeah. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I did have something I wanted to talk to you about. But first we can meet my friend. She's her hands are in the dirt over there. And she'll kind of like usher you.
We should get along just fine. She's gonna follow after you.
Hey, Verena?
Yeah.
In your head you hear, holy fuck.
I think as soon as Cassie utters that name, every ounce of muscle inside of Teddy tightens. What did you say?
Hi, Teddy.
You guys know each other.
I think this low growl emanates out of Teddy, and as it does, her nails begin to shift into claws, Why the fuck is this bitch in your house?
Oh, you know each other, but it's not a good way. Well, when I was in Edgewater, she saved me. I almost died.
She
Put a
saved you.
Malkavian inside of another Malkavian. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was Knight and Mare, you know, those two little ones that were hanging around the professor.
Yeah.
There's something worse down there. Yeah, she's been with me. Is this wrong?
She's the one who almost killed Lee.
I think Cassie's head like whips to Verena.
Yeah.
Oh. This is awkward and uncomfortable for me now. I thought that we might all be great friends. I see now that this was maybe a mistake.
I'm like tucking the plant back into the soil and like giving it a nice pat down. I go, no, we can still be friends. And I reach to like put the pot on a higher shelf and my arms just extend out and I place it up there and fold back down. I'm sure we can be really good friends.
I don't know about that.
I'm kind of like you in some ways.
The fuck you are.
Yeah. Just following orders.
From who?
You smell different.
Yeah, you recognize it.
Yeah. Sharp. Like wet dog. I like it.
I'm sure he can hear you if you have anything to say.
His barbecue wasn't all that great.
You hear just a low chuckle in the back of your mind, and be careful. He's really fucking dangerous.
I think she kind of rolls her shoulders out. So why are you here? Why did you save Cassie?
Cassie is very, very special. I think she might have saved all of us.
Teddy looks to Cassie. What does she mean?
Cassie's a little bit uncomfortable. You can see her fidgeting with her hands. Under Edgewater, the professor told me to follow a thread. That there is this thread that connects me to one of my ancestors, like my great-great-great-great-grandsire or something. And I followed it down into Edgewater through the maze. And at the center, there was this sarcophagus. And there was something dangerous in there, something old, something really, really old and powerful. And my grandsire, Ariadne, made a really noble sacrifice to prevent this thing from escaping nearly like a millennia ago or something like that. And I thought that I could save her, that I could free her and help her. And that's the reason that there's this thread and this thing was escaping, and Ariadne told me to seal it back in with her in there. And so I did, and Verena helped.
So what, I'm supposed to believe you're the good guy now?
No. We're parasites. None of us are good guys. But you know, the thing about friends, new friends are silver, old friends are gold. That little boy toy tried to kill my friend and then succeeded. Quite frankly, I didn't like that.
So whose orders are you following now? Whose lap are you keeping warm, Verena?
I said I was. I didn't say I am anymore. I don't have any friends, Teddy. Do you know what it's like to be alone in the world? A parasite with no friends?
I do happen to know what it's like to be alone.
I know. It's not a good feeling, is it? But your anguish smells just delectable.
You got a funny way of trying to make friends.
Maybe that's why I don't have as many. Except Cassie, I guess.
I think Teddy glances to Cassie.
I know that she says some odd things sometimes, but I mean, so do I. So it's nice not to feel judged.
Right. Maybe I should come back at a better time.
Teddy, stay. Let's talk.
I don't really have much to say to you.
Oh, you're angry. I think that's anger. You see, Lee killed my friend. So, I tried to kill Lee. I feel like that's a fair trade.
Eye for an eye. But you didn't kill him.
No, I didn't.
Why? You had your opportunity.
Why would I kill him if I could make him suffer a little? We are undead things. Knowing pain is the closest that we can get to actually feeling, is it not?
Why should I trust you?
Oh, I didn't say you should. But I suppose there's also no reason not to. I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to help Cassie with her plants.
Right. Cassie.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should talk alone.
Yeah, sure. And Cassie will lead you to her bedroom, which is at the far end of the hall.
I'll be here. And I'm getting another plant down. I'm starting to repot.
Do the two of you mind holding on to that scene for a moment? I'll switch over to Bones a little bit here and see what Helena is up to as the two of you head into the bedroom. And Cassie, you notice your three friendly ghosts all standing in the living room kind of watching this entire scene kind of unfold. Lorena goes back to tending the plants and getting some dirt under their fingernails. Helena, you were heading out to get a bite. Where are you heading exactly? Are you heading to the club? Or are you heading somewhere else? What was your plan with that?
Yeah, she wants to head over to the Seven Sisters. If Val has told her that the owner of this escort service also, if I recall correctly, owns the Seven Sisters.
Oh, well, is one of the owners, yeah.
One of the owners, yeah. And that she's trying to get a lead.
So you head across town over to this bar. Sorry. The place is got, as the name implies, it's called the Seven Sisters, and there are 7 floors to this this particular bar. You know that it's a place that is run by Kindred, that is Kindred friendly. There are different levels, and they're sort of modeled up to a certain point on the Dante's Circles of Hell kind of thing. So there are 10 Dante's Circles of Hell, and there's only 7 floors. But the lower floor where you come in is this sort of very punk rock bar that's got like bright lights flashing, and it's, at this time of night is very dark, very sparsely attended. It's kind of more your crowd. The higher you go in the levels, the more kind of exclusive the club becomes. And at the top floor is this very exclusive and kind of private, members only kind of place. You figure that if you're going to try to get a bite, the bottom floor, this sort of inferno kind of place, is probably the best way to go. It's very dark, a lot of little dark corners, and the people here are more like they're more like, you know, the kind of people you tend to prey on, which are younger, kind of disaffected people. But that being said, you're welcome to go wherever you want. Just let me know sort of how you want to approach this.
Yeah, I think that I think she's going to eat first. And she's going to sort of prowl around this first floor, looking for somebody who seems to be probably somebody who she thinks needs to be taught the tenets of Lilith.
Go ahead and tell you what to click on, and I'll tell you what to roll me in a second. Hey, Ian, how's it going? Welcome in, man. Welcome in, Ian. You just missed Teddy versus Vorena. Go ahead, Bone. So what would you say is your approach usually to luring a victim in for a feeding? I'm guessing it's more of a subtle kind of approach.
I think it's almost flirtatious. I think she probably, if there's any dancing going on, she's probably out dancing and making eyes at someone.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Okay.
Given that this is a bar and that people are kind of sauced up a little bit, I'm going to say your target is 5.
Okay. I have a lot of dice to roll for that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, no ones.
So that's a lot of successes. So I'm going to say you can kind of find your ideal kind of target. What? Thank you very much for the follow. What would your target look like tonight? That was a really good roll, so you're going to be able to kind of find what really works for you.
Helena's an obsessive, and she's going to find somebody that looks like Hayden.
So you see near sort of in the back a little bit, there's near where the bathroom doors are, there's a row of pinball machines, and they're all these kind of hell themed pinball machines, you know, and there's a couple of guys kind of hanging out, sort of leaning against them, just kind of chatting, and you do see someone kind of in that vein, you know, lanky, lean, sad boy look, neck tattoos, you know, bleached blonde hair, sort of looking very dejected. There's a very old school kind of cigarette vending machine in one corner, and he's there, and he looks like he's put some money in it, and it's not giving him what he wants, and he's like, you would expect him to kind of get pissed off and slam the machine, but he's kind of just like defeated. He's like, oh fuck, not again.
I think Helena will kind of come up to the side of the machine and sort of give it a once over, almost like she is some pinball wizard. But her name's not Tommy. And she'll look up at him and sort of give a shrug. You know, these all are rigged anyway.
Looks over, looks you up and down. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, isn't all life rigged?
You are so right about that.
Yeah, I know. Just fucking always getting me down, man, you know?
It's poetic, isn't it?
What is?
How life is just rigged.
Oh yeah, it's like, yeah, it's super poetic. Like, I don't know what would rhyme with rig.
Dig.
Yeah, dig. Fig, like a. Hey, have I seen you around here before?
Maybe. I come in every once in a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You waiting for someone?
You.
Yeah. With my luck, you're probably gonna eat me.
No, but she kind of like motions for a back corner. Maybe you can tell me some more poetry.
Yeah, I don't really know much poetry. I mean, you know, I know some Bring Me the Horizon lyrics.
I think Helena inwardly cringes to that. God. Horrid. Anyway, she's just gonna move on from that horrid sentence and just sort of give a giggle. Come on. I'm cute. You're cute. There's a club. There's music. Come dance with me.
Yeah, I don't know. This is how horror films start, you know?
I'm a goth chick at a club.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of par for the course. All right. Hey, yeah, cigarette I could bum?
I don't smoke.
Yeah,
I think she leans in a little bit closer to him and she sort of brushes her hand against his. Are you gonna dance with me or not?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
She takes him by the hand and she's gonna lead him to that dark corner.
He follows along.
As soon as they're out of anybody's line of sight, he's against the wall and she's gonna try to very slowly strangle him.
We haven't talked about safe words.
This is a lesson. Tell me your name.
It's a little tight.
She squeezes harder until he gives her a name.
My name's Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah. Hey, you're starting to hurt me.
She's tucked her tongue at him. No. We embrace this pain. We embrace it, Tommy. And she squeezed a little harder.
Yeah, look, that's not my thing. Look, just back the fuck off, man. And he like starts struggling, trying to.
She goes for him. She goes for his throat. Fangs out.
Fangs out. You go ahead and give me a. So I'm going to say that I'm not going to make you do a brawl kind of roll. I'm going to say that you've been kind of trying to serpent-like kind of mesmerize him and kind of get his defenses down. So give me a manipulation and give me a manipulation and subterfuge roll again.
Okay. What's my target?
He's fighting pretty hard, so it's going to be 7.
Okay, well, I got 3 10s, so.
Oh, well.
And then 1, 2, 3 other successes.
So you say that, and your eyes turn into those snake shapes that they turn into, and he kind of, his eyes go wide, and he kind of freezes, and then you just kind of wrap yourself around him and coil yourself around him and bite into his neck. You're going to start drinking. So first of all, let's see how low you were. So give me a D10 roll.
A 10.
All right. So you weren't missing too much. You were missing 3 points. How much are you going to take from this guy?
Oh, that's a great question. It is against the moral guidelines of Lilith to kill him. But she would like to bring him near the brink.
So you're going to take 2 points, and you're going to start seeing that he's getting really pale and really weak and kind of not fighting back. Do you want to push it one more?
I do want to clarify something with you. I know typically this would be a euphoric feeling for him. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Helena wants him to be in pain.
No, you can totally do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I will say that, he's very much like, at this point, like throughout the feeding, he was very much struggling and his face showed pain. Now he's kind of going a little listless and a little inanimate.
No, I don't think she's going to push it because I think she's scared she's going to kill him.
You finish him off and you kind of drop him to the ground, and he's sort of rolling himself up a little bit and he's crying. You are not sure. You think he might have called for his mother at some point, but...
Good.
As you finish him off, lick the wound to close it, and you leave him kind of there on the ground, shaking and looking very weak, but you're pretty sure he's going to survive. You hear a voice behind you, a woman's voice that says, "Don't you have better sense than to walk into someone's house and do that without permission?"
I have another question for you.
Yeah.
How public is Hayden with Helena?
I would say it's known, but like not,
They're not going
you're
out.
Still a
holding hands
follower
and...
of Set, right? So like
Yeah.
there's probably like whispers about it kind of thing.
And then that's fine. And then how public is Hayden's new position?
It's fairly new, so you would expect that people of high status would know. You wouldn't expect regular kindred to know yet.
Okay. I'm for sure not going to use that to my advantage whenever I get a chance.
Of course.
She slowly turns around to look to see who's behind her.
You see this very strange looking woman. She looks like she is probably an albino. Her hair is this kind of stark white. Her skin is also very, very sort of pale. And her hair is just kind of combed back. She's wearing this beige kind of very utilitarian suit. It's very clear that she's a kindred.
My apologies.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Is this, in fact, your house?
No, it is my patron's house.
Interesting. So really it affects you 0%.
No, because it's my job to make sure this kind of shit doesn't happen.
Are you gonna spank me? You look like you'll spank me.
One of those. No, I'm not gonna spank you. But I'm gonna ask you to come with me, and you're gonna have to apologize to the owner of the house.
Oh, Helena's eyes are lighting up. She's so stoked right now. Oh. By all means. Please, yes, I am fully prepared to repent for my misdoings.
But I get the feeling you're bullshitting me.
No, I would never lie. I'm a woman of honor. A business owner myself, actually. Not as grand as this fine establishment, obviously. Retail. Not sure if you're familiar with the local occult shops. But,
No.
Okay, that's fair. Not a shopper. Some people prefer Amazon. That's cool, I guess. Don't support local business. But anyway, no, I would never want to insult a fellow business owner.
Well, you can tell it to them.
Excellent. Lead the way.
She sighs. This way. The elevator's over there.
Oh, how special. Can I
It's
push
an
the button,
elevator.
though?
There's nothing special. It's an elevator.
I
Just
get button.
stop.
I do get button pushing rights.
You
though.
can stop. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not endearing. I know you probably think it makes you kind of cute and look a bit ditzy when you know you're probably not ditzy at all, and it's really not working for me. So, you know.
I thought we could be friends. What's your name?
Scan the elevator.
One of those strong silent type. She gets in the elevator.
She shakes her head, gets in with you, pushes the button, the doors close. As they do, back at Cassie's house, the two of you, Cassie and Teddy, walk into the bedroom, close the door behind you.
I'm really sorry about that. I feel like I probably should have asked if you guys had known each other before, assuming that you guys didn't. I'm really sorry, Teddy. I didn't mean to put you in like a weird situation.
You didn't know. But I don't know if you should be hanging around her. She's really dangerous. Cass.
I mean, I think we're all kind of really dangerous.
Yeah, but she's like some other kind of fucked up.
I mean, I guess it's probably good to stay on her good side then, you know? Plus, she's been very nice to me, and I don't know, it kind of... I know you might not get it, being like a gangrel and everything, but we're not... Malkavians aren't looked well upon here. I mean, even by most other kindred, we're kind of just there, and they just shrug us off, so I don't want to just shrug someone off for being a little off-putting.
She's Sabat, Cassie. She ran with Carter. She tried to kill Lee. I don't know if there's any kind of saving grace there. I mean, maybe she saved your life, but I don't want to be a pessimist, but it feels like maybe there's an angle there. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. You're your own person. But you should be very careful around her.
I get it. I know. And this is my mistake to make, if it is a mistake. And I appreciate you allowing me that. If at any point I feel like something is off, you'll be the first person I tell.
Thank you. I don't know what I would do if something happened to you.
I did want to talk to you about something, and it's kind of hard for me to bring this up. I think there's something going on with Helena.
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, honestly. I'm kind of right there with you. What's up?
Well, so Cora had contacted me. This is something that like stays between us, by the way. I don't want I feel bad. I don't want to like spread Cora's information, but you're my best friend. So Cora's a werewolf. She says Glasswalker. She's part of the Glasswalker. I don't really know how that works. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole kindred thing. But
you kind of see like puzzle pieces fitting together in Teddy's head. Motherfucker. I should have. Yeah. I wish I could say I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but well, anyway, she had a friend who had contacted me because one of his friends had gone missing, and he was talking about there being like this cult and something about being branded with like the Eye of Horus or something. And so I had messaged Helena asking if she had started a cult, and she didn't say no.
I think it has something to do with the temple.
You know, I think that if someone were probably building a temple, I would say that a cult or some sort of religious following might be associated with that.
I saw her last night. We met up and had a chat. Would you believe me if I told you that she offered me a job working an escort service for her? Of course, not being one of the girls.
Widen.
But still, I mean, brazen, I think would be the word for that.
Do you ever feel that when you're talking to Helena, it feels like she's just going through the motions of the conversation?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I don't want anything bad. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I don't. I still love her, and I still want nothing but the best for her. But I spoke to one of the Charlotte Rojas. I spoke to her last night, and she told me that it might be best to start distancing myself from Helena, and in the same way that I don't want to mistreat Verena for things that she's done, I don't want to mistreat Helena for things she hasn't even done yet. But I just can't stop this sinking feeling that something bad is going to happen.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. She was asking some questions, bringing up Aegis, talking about this company she wants to buy, and saying words like information and power. And if I'm being honest, it scared me a little. Because I love Helena. She's our friend, and I cared so deeply about her. I wouldn't want, just like you, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her, but something's off. Something's wrong. And I don't know what it is or where it started, but I don't know, you can only ignore red flags for so long until you're just an idiot.
Charlotte Rojas said something about it being in the blood, like how you can change into a coyote, and I can hear Malkavians all over the place. There's something in our blood that is just so inherent, and you can't fight against it, no matter how hard you try.
I don't believe that.
What if Helena doesn't want to fight against it?
I think that's what I'm most afraid of.
I sort of don't know where to kind of go from here, because I don't want to confront her about it and have her get defensive and turn away from us more. But I also think that if we don't talk to her about it, she's just gonna continue on with whatever she's doing.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think we need to say something. I think we need to talk to her. I'm not 100% how to go about that, but I think you're right.
Do you think... I had asked Charlotte Rojas about Hayden. About the reason that Hayden is so wrapped up in Helena is because Charlotte might see her as a potential problem. And I don't know whether or not that situation is genuine in any capacity.
Do you think Hayden's like a babysitter for the prince?
Or a spy, or maybe just watching?
I mean, if she's telling you to stay clear, but then she's got him up her ass, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless he's
exactly
a spy.
Discreet about it either. I mean,
look, if you have a direct line to the prince, I don't see why it wouldn't hurt just asking. Maybe we should start there. Get a little information. If there's something going on, if he's watching her, maybe we can use that as leverage when we talk to her.
okay. Yeah, I could probably ask. It still feels weird. Kind of being like, hey, person of importance, can you talk to me? But I can ask.
The people. Why wouldn't
but
she listen?
I didn't really know that I was going to do that. It was kind of just like a happy accident. I'm happy that no one died.
What happened down there? Like, what really happened?
Bleak, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can Cassie still endure the sunlight?
No, that faded away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that lasted like a couple days, and you know, it was very, very temporary.
There was something ancient, and I don't know, there's this artifact. The professor called it the True Cross, and that's what I had used to seal the sarcophagus. And Cassie sort of holds out her hand, and you can see sort of a spiraling mark going up her arm and disappearing under her sleeve. I felt the sunlight again after I had touched it. I can't anymore. I had almost nearly burnt myself to a crisp the other night trying to wait for the dawn to come, but it was so warm.
That... Can't even imagine what that would be like for you. Do you ever just think about it? Sunrise. Barbecue on a warm summer day.
Just laying out under the sun, not caring if you're going to get sunburnt or not, because it's so warm and it's so comforting.
It feels like so long ago.
It kind of scares me a little bit. The fact that we have eternity ahead of us of nothing but night.
Yeah. But we have each other.
We do.
Look, Cass, I know that you're trying to figure things out for yourself. Can you promise me something?
Of course.
Even if you don't want me to come along, just tell me. I can't lose you, Cass. And I'll understand, you know? Anything you want or you need. Just don't leave me in the dark.
Cassie slowly wraps her arms around you, Teddy, and leans into you. I'm sorry, I never wanted to make you feel that way.
I think Teddy just squeezes you really tight. It's okay. I understand. Sometimes you gotta feel like you can do it yourself. I won't judge you for that.
I think something I am learning, though, is that it's okay to lean on people, not feel like a burden.
You're never a burden to me, Cassie. Ever. Don't ever think that.
Thank you,
She's
Teddy.
gonna place a kiss on Cassie's forehead. And kind of like step back. Look, I have to go do something tonight. But I'll have my phone if anything happens, and I don't really know how much I can be around. And she kind of like points out the door.
She's not here all the time, so I'll let you know. Like, I'll give you a heads up from now on about it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go meet with Owen tonight, I think.
Did something happen?
I went to go see Nora, and she was gone. I think Aegis took her. And I didn't know what to do, and the only person that I knew to get a hold of was Owen, and maybe it wasn't the smartest, but I mean, he helped us last time. He gave me a warning when they were coming to take you.
He helped us.
So
I don't think he's a... I mean, I guess people just kind of do what they have to get by, you know?
yeah. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't know, just something in my gut is telling me to trust him. He could have killed me that day. And he didn't. In fact, he warned me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that's the only reason we're standing here now. So.
Well, if you need my help with anything, I'm only a phone call away.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you should definitely talk to the prince. Maybe try to dig up some dirt on Hayden, figure out what the fuck is going on there. And we will figure out how we're going to navigate this.
Yeah. Do you want to go out the window or something? Or I could ask Verena to step out?
No, it's okay. I'll just let myself out the door.
And thank you, Bradley, for that huge bid donation. Bradley gave everyone 4 night moves. 1,000 bits. So thank you very much, Bradley. We
Thanks, Bradley.
Appreciate all the support. And we're going to go on break here, but just before we do, Verena, as you kind of pull your neck back a little bit, you hear that Teddy's about to come out of the room. The doors turn open, and you hear a voice that you recognize behind you that you hadn't heard in a very, very long time. And you hear Birdsong say, "Still up to your old tricks, eh?"
Yeah, I suppose I can't shake it. You do what you know.
Yeah, I guess you do. Should sit and talk for a bit. I don't know how I got here, but it seems to be a whole bunch of us hanging out around here. Is this place?
Ghost magnet.
Oh, that would explain it. Let's sit down and have a chat for a moment, shall we?
I'd like that.
As you sit on the couch for a chat with your dead friend, we're going to take a short break here, my friends. Thank you so much. Some great, intense scenes. The reason why I play with all these people, because they're all so fucking amazing. Each and every one of you. We're back. We're back. After much hilarity in the back chat. I mean, y'all are sitting out there and you're watching this game and you're thinking, this is a pretty good show. Like, I'm getting a lot of good entertainment value out of this show. And I'm like, you get nothing compared to what I get.
We actually just sit in silence for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Making direct eye contact.
Especially Tato with those eyes. It's just like...
I'm very method with Verena. I do just sit in the corner like little sleep paralysis demon. Like.
And then there was Bones' belly button. Anyways, it was just like all sorts of weird...
I'll talk about my belly button! Very sensitive about it.
We're looking at it.
Don't look at my belly button. I'm very sensitive.
Weenies.
No. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world of darkness. It is a very serious and dramatic
Super serial
place. Super serial. All right. So just before the break, Verena, you had heard a voice you hadn't heard in a little while. Your friend Birdsong, who was killed in an ambush back in the Sabbat game called Severed, which is on VOD on YouTube if you want to go and watch it. You turn around, you see him, same as always, biker's vest, black t-shirt, underneath it, Harley Davidson, the black jeans, the boots, the long, scraggly beard, multiple piercings, baldish head, sits down, Pulls a pack of Marlboros from under his shirt sleeve here. Taps it. Pulls one out. Offers one to you. Goes, oh yeah, that's right. You don't smoke. The one vice you don't have.
You know those things will kill you.
Yeah, well, I figure at this point, kind of ahead of the curve on that one.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, kid? What are you doing hanging out here with these, I don't even know what this place is. There's like a whole bunch of ghosts here. The Camarilla in the other room.
It's like a ghost farm, but in a Chicago apartment.
Yeah. Smells like fucking Carter in here, too. Is he here, too? I don't see him anywhere.
No, she's got the funk on her because she ate him.
Carter got it.
And he deserved it.
Well, that's, what did he call it? Poetical justice?
Yeah, it is poetic justice, isn't it?
Man, he was obsessed with that Teddy girl. Fucking wouldn't stop talking about her.
Yeah. She's very interesting.
Yeah, well, just you remember, not only does she have Carter's blood running in her veins, now she's got Carter's soul rummaging around in hers. You think he's gonna fucking just leave her be?
No, Carter's a dick.
Yeah. Still, we saw some shit together. We did some shit.
Yeah, we did, Birdsong.
Hey, I just wanted to check in on you and see how you're doing. I know that, probably been a bit hard. You doing all right?
I miss you.
Miss fighting with me, you mean?
Yeah. That's what friends do, right?
When you first came into the pack, when Carter brought you in, I was like, what the fuck is this thing? What is this fucking thing?
Yeah.
You freaked me the hell out, kid.
Sorry.
All right. I think you've seen some shit, and then as the Mishi comes along.
This whole time, Birdsong has not sat down, and Verena is like fully rotated, just neck around with like hands on the back of the couch, but body facing forward. Is it too weird? I don't really know how to be a person anymore.
It's not about being a person. It's about being yourself and finding people who are okay with that. Carter, for all his fucking faults, he was okay with it. I was okay with it. You freaked out Archie a lot, I think, but, and you freaked the hell out of Lydia.
Yeah, but she liked it.
But yeah, it's not about being normal or being any one thing. It's not about fitting into whatever box or category people feel comfortable in. It's about finding people that dig your vibe, Like we all got shit going on.
I think I dig Cassie's vibe. I think she's a really good person. Which is sort of contradictory to what I experience, but
I think I know Cassie, but hey, if she's okay with your vibe, like
she's the reason you're here.
I don't know, some weird happened, and like all of a sudden me and a whole bunch of others were all running around here, and they're saying someone big died and it created some sort of, I don't know, I don't understand half this shit. Man, all I ever wanted to do was ride some fucking motorcycles and kick some dudes in the head and start some shit in a fucking honky-tonk bar somewhere in fucking Tennessee, Like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know why, but I figured if I was gonna be out here, I might as well look up the only person I cared to look up. I mean, I guess I might have looked up Carter if, you know,
He hadn't
hadn't
been
been
turned into an open-faced sandwich.
yeah, that's a visual.
Yeah. Pretty gross.
That's a visual. Look, I don't know what's gonna happen or kind of how long we're gonna get to hang out here, but doesn't really matter. You know, I had my time. I did a good stretch. Had some good times. Did some horrible shit too. So you know, but way I see it, you're the only one of the old pack still kicking around.
For now.
Make some friends.
Okay.
You know, I didn't start liking you because you got less freaky. And if anything, you just got more freaky with time. But I started liking you because I knew exactly who you were. There was no pretense. There was no front. Everybody put up a front. I put up a front. Carter put up a front. With you, it was, you know, what you see is what you get, and that's very rare. And I think that at the end of the day, if there are people who can't handle that, then, you know, fuck those people.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there.
Yeah. Do you ever get that feeling like you want to give someone a hug, but you don't want to give them a hug? You want to unzip their skin and crawl inside it and embrace them that way so you can just be as close as possible? I think I'd like that right now.
Yeah, so here's the caveat to the whole being yourself speech. The caveat is that you have to let other people be themselves too. And a lot of times, other people being themselves means they don't want to be unzipped like a fucking onesie and wrapped around somebody else. So you got to respect that also, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, I respect that. I think it might feel nice.
Yeah, it might, but it might also feel nice to just give a normal hug, you know, like just give an actual hug.
Oh,
How long's it been since you've tried that?
how old am I?
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna wager probably fairly old, but you know, maybe just start with that. Just start with a hug and see how it feels. And you know, maybe you don't need the extreme shit. Maybe you'll be okay with just you know, regular stuff.
I think I haven't been hugged in over 100 years.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. Which is why it'd probably be a good idea to actually go and get a hug.
Okay.
To try with this Cassie person. I mean, sounds like she might give you.
Okay. I'll try that. That's thank you.
And I just want to say that I think that if Carter was here right now hearing us talk about giving people hugs, it would really, really freak him out more than anything you've ever done before. So, you know, at least we got that going for him.
Yeah, at least we do. And let's be honest, if Teddy hadn't eaten Carter, I probably would have.
Yeah, probably would have eaten all of him, bones and skin too. You know.
I'm
Look,
glad I saw you.
yeah. I have no clue what's going to happen now, what I'm going to do, but have you ever heard of Chilliwack, BC?
No. Canada.
Yeah, I always wanted to see Chilliwack, BC, so I'm going to start walking in that direction. And, you know, if I make it, great. And if they call us back, then, you know, I always wanted to see Chilliwack, BC.
Go. Do it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to go and do the things you want to do.
Yeah, you do.
I'd give you a hug, but it's probably not going to really work out.
You want to try?
Sure.
She like slithers over the back of the couch, like leg first.
You give him a hug, and it's kind of like hugging very loose jello. Like there's kind of something there, but not really. It's really, it would probably be very upsetting to most people. It's probably just right for right now.
I imagine this feels good to some people, but I feel like I'm just sitting in a bath of KY jelly.
All right, kid, you're gonna be all right.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course.
I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. Do you have something? Do you have? Is there a piece of paper somewhere you can write something down?
Oh, yeah. And I like extend an arm all the way back and just grab a pen and paper off of the counter in the kitchen and pull it back.
Write this down. He gives you an address. I left something there. You should go see if it's still there. If it is, it's yours.
Will I know it when I see it?
You bet your sweet metamorphosing ass you will.
Cool.
Oh, shit. Someone's coming.
Okay.
Kid.
Bye.
And as the door opens and Teddy comes out into the living room, Birdsong's gone. You're standing there, piece of paper in your hand.
Arms slightly too long, just like staring at where Birdsong was in front of her.
Teddy doesn't even look in her direction. I think she says one last goodbye to Prince before she walks out the door.
Verena like reaches her arm all the way to the back door and just opens it for you.
She just walks out.
Bye, Teddy.
You're muted.
Thank you. As Teddy walks off into the night, the elevator dings open, Helena, and you find yourself staring down a long corridor. There's soft music playing, kind of very inoffensive, new agey kind of stuff. And you can see a number of like office doors. It looks like this is the office area of the bar. The woman that was escorting you brings you up to a door, knocks, and opens the door when she hears a voice that says, "Come on in." And as she opens the door and motions you in, she goes, "My name is Beata."
Helena. I think as they went up the elevator, Helena would have sent 2 text messages. They would have been the same thing,
Sure,
just one to Hayden and then one to the group chat with Teddy and Cassie. Just at 7 Sisters, not 911 yet. And then just like an upside down smiley face.
Sorry, you send that to Hayden and to the group chat?
Yeah, so 2 separate text messages, but it's the same thing.
So, Teddy and Cassie, you'll get this message from Helena. Do you want to reply or do anything?
I think Cassie just sends back question mark, frowny face.
I'm sorry, what was the message one more time?
At Seven Sisters, not 911 yet. Upside down smiley face.
I think Teddy sends a WTF question mark.
She just sends back, got my hands a little dirty. Oops.
I think she sends, do you need us?
Stand by if possible.
I think you get the little saluting emoji.
Yeah.
Cassie goes, okie dokie.
You walk into the office and you see sitting behind the desk a fairly young looking woman, long straight black hair, like glasses, designer leather jacket on her over her shoulders. You walk in, she looks up from the computer where she was working away, and she goes, "Are you the one who was eating downstairs without asking for permission?"
I think Helena marches right up to her, hand extended. Helena Adamski.
She looks at it, she takes it.
My apologies.
Were you just trying to get our attention, or?
To be honest, I was planning on a different way of getting your attention, but if this works, then it works.
Okay. We'll put aside the breach of hospitality for now. Do I know you from somewhere? Is there...
No, well, I don't know. Do you go to the Rotary Club meetings?
Not for a few decades.
Got it. I'm pretty active, or used to be active.
What do you want?
I know about your other operation.
Which one?
The escort service.
Okay. What about
I'd like to buy you out.
You want to buy me out?
Or at least entertain the idea. It's a fruitful enterprise.
I'm not opposed to selling, but I don't even know who you are. You're going to tell me you have that kind of money?
I have funds. I have a pretty successful chain of occult shops, esoteric stores.
And you want to get into prostitution?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. There's future endeavors to be had, and I need your escort service to do that.
Okay. Why don't you start your own? There's go downstairs, throw a rock, you'll hit 20 girls that'll be willing to work.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am not stupid. Getting involved when there's companies like yours and, of course, Aegis. Sniffing around. I would like to buy you out. The offer is there. Tell me what the value of the company is. We'll draw up a contract, and I will purchase your company.
No.
Why not?
Because it's not about the money.
Okay. Then what is it about?
The same reasons you want it, because of the places it gets you into and the information that you can get out of it. And that really, it's very difficult to put a monetary value on that.
Do you have a board of directors?
Yeah, you're staring at it. A board of directors? What? This is a...
The partner that you work with?
Partner I work with?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm wondering who it is. I want to know a name.
Why?
So I can go ask them what the value of your company is, so I can draw up a contract and buy you out.
About 2 minutes ago, you said you weren't dumb, but you're just really not proving to me that you aren't. Like, everything
no,
you're
being persistent.
Everything you're bringing to me is really just
Okay.
not thought out.
2 minutes ago, you also just told me that you weren't against selling. So what's the deal now?
I'm just trying to amuse you and find out what it is you're really after, because I've never heard of this. Someone just walking into someone's office like this and offering to buy their escort services out of nowhere.
What do you know about Orin White?
Now we're getting to it. Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Afterthought.
What do you want to know about Orin White?
How do I get into that party that he throws?
Is that what you want?
The information I seek is just as valuable as the secrets that I keep.
I mean, if what you want is to get into that party, I can probably organize that for you. It's just going to cost you.
How much?
Oh, it's not how much, it's what.
What do you want?
I think a blood boon would be about right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you?
Is this a metaphysical question or?
A literal question. What are you?
I am a woman who runs several businesses.
What's your clan?
Oh. That's a little bit forward, isn't it?
A
What's
little
your
bit.
plan?
I think she flashes her eyes.
Ah. See? Things become clearer and clearer all the time. Come to our door.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Not as interesting as you. If you're interested in getting into that party, I can get you in there. You're going to have to do it the way I say, and you're going to have to owe me a blood boon. But I can do it. We can stop wasting time talking about you buying my escort companies.
I'm still interested in buying one.
Well,
But that's perhaps another conversation for another day.
perhaps. I'm not even going to ask why you want to get in there. It's none of my business. But the only deal you're going to get is the one that I just put on the table.
All right. What are your terms then, exactly? When you say do what I tell you to do, what do you mean?
Well, I mean that I'm not going to be able to get you in there as the Grand Duchess of Monaco. You're going to have to go in as one of my girls.
All right.
And it's going to cost you a blood boon.
That is the hard part, isn't it?
Well, you know, Paying the bill is always the hard part, but someone's got to pay.
Does it have to be mine?
Yeah. And I'm going to open up a parenthesis here just to make sure that Little Bones knows what Blood Boon is. A Blood Boon is basically an official favor that you would owe this person, and the term Blood Boon comes from the fact that they can ask something of you that would go so far as to put you in physical danger, but not be enough to actually kill you.
Surely I can offer somebody else a favor. Up to you. But you seem pretty firm. What sort of work do you do outside of your enterprises?
That's pretty much it. It keeps me pretty busy. I mean, you know, I used to crochet a little, but get yourself 4 or 5 escort services, run a couple of bars. We're running out of time for the little things that make life fun.
No other extracurriculars.
What are you getting at?
I'm just wondering what you need a blood boon for.
I don't know. I might need a favor at some point.
You do realize that you're making a deal with the devil, right?
You do realize that after what you did tonight, coming in here, feeding on a kind without asking for permission, I would be perfectly within my rights to call upon the Keeper of Elysium and have you punished. So, I think you're getting off pretty easy.
Helena sticks her hand out. You've got a fucking deal.
She shakes your hand. Look, don't take this the wrong way. I'm really just trying to give you constructive criticism here. But you're gonna have to up your game a little bit if you want people to take you for anything other than a fucking amateur.
I think Helena puts both her palms on the table. And she leans in. And she's quiet for a moment. Didn't I just tell you? Didn't I just fucking tell you? That I'm the Antichrist?
Okay there, pumpkin.
Can I do something? So,
Elena's villain turn is coming.
I upped a lot of things. Specifically, my Serpentis. So I should have, and also my presence. So I should have something else in my presence. And I would like to be one spooky bitch.
Unfortunately, we don't have on your character sheet the description of the powers, but it does say that
But
you
you know what I
have
want.
3 in... You want
Presence
presence?
and obfuscate, yes.
What do you want to do? Hold on. One second.
Hurry, Blade.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Hurry.
That's this on your character sheet. Okay,
Sorry, Paul.
present. Entrancement. Guessing is what you're talking about. Roll your appearance plus empathy.
Does Helena have a high empathy?
I have 2.
That's surprising.
Mind your business.
Your target is going to be 6.
Okay. Bleak. I got 3 crits. I got 1 botch, but I'm going to use one of my night moves to negate that botch.
So, no. So, a
It's
botch
a
is
1.
when you roll more 1s and you have successes.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay,
that's
well
what
then
you
I'm
get.
fine then. Then I rolled
The
3.
the 1's going to negate one of your successes. You have 2 successes.
Okay, but they're both crits.
As you unfurl your entrancement powers, you feel them reach out. You see her face kind of soften as she looks at you. And after a moment, you see her just start cracking up. Did you just really try to do that?
I don't know. You're laughing now. Just a second ago, I could have sworn.
You're just
I saw a
stacking them
face
up.
of
You're stacking
utter
them up.
adoration.
You came in here and you ate someone without my permission, and now you're in my haven, my sanctuary, and you are trying to use your powers against me?
It worked. Just enough.
No, it didn't. And now you've pissed me off. Beata, the door opens.
Take my cell phone out.
And the woman who brought you here walks into the room and she's like, have you met Beata?
Yeah. Good friends, old friends, actually.
So you know that she's an Assamite.
Besties, in fact.
You tried to use your phone?
Sure, good question, Blake.
I'm just asking what you're doing.
Yeah, she's gonna call Hayden and just throw it on speaker as quickly as she possibly can.
Okay. The phone rings.
If he doesn't pick up, Blake, I'm rioting.
Let's see if he picks up. I am going to ask you to. Well, actually, I'll roll it myself. But let's see. Let's see if he picks up. I'll give it a 60% chance that he picks up, just because I think it's funny. You hear in the phone. You hear the ringer stop and then go. You need me to come in and talk to Teddy?
No. I need you to check your text messages.
Okay.
The 911 part is active now.
Oh. What did you do, Helena?
I was an asshole.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Yeah. Who's there with you?
She'll motion to both of them to speak. Go on, introduce yourselves.
There's silence for a moment as they're kind of looking at each other and looking at you. And then you hear Hayden's voice say, "This is Hayden Croft of Clan Tremere, Sheriff of Chicago. Please identify yourself." And the Assamite looks at Safiye and Safiye goes, "How do I know you're really Hayden Croft?" He says, "Because I'm about to come down there and put a fucking fireball up your ass if you don't answer my goddamn question." This is Safiye Golab from Seven Sisters. Okay, see, we're getting somewhere. Darling, can you hand her the phone?
She'll hand the phone over.
Take me off speakerphone and put me to your ear. You see she's really not fucking happy and she's staring daggers at you. She puts the phone to her ear. Mm-hmm. She came in here. She fed off a mortal, one of the patrons of my club without asking permission. And cockamamie story about wanting to buy, and then yes, no, I understand. Yeah, no. And then she tried to use power against me. My Primogen is going to hear about this. She hangs up and she looks at you. She goes over to the window, opens it, throws your phone out the window.
Of little consequence to me. That's fine. I'll let Hayden know that you threw my phone out, though.
Get the fuck out of my place of business. If you ever come back here, I'm going to fucking have you skinned. And
I'll let Hayden know.
Don't think that this is over. Because you're a fucking snake.
I know. But it's so funny because Hayden Croft thinks I'm pretty cute. Bye! And she's going to leave.
You walk out of the room under the icy glare of Safiya and the stone glare of the Asamite Beata. What do?
I go get my phone.
You walk outside, go back into the back alley. You find it lying there. It's cracked, but it looks like it's still functioning. There's a call coming in from Hayden.
She takes it.
You're gonna be the death of me.
I know, but you already told me that you love me, so you can't take it back.
Go talk to Teddy tonight. Let's get this done. What you did tonight, there's gonna be some blowback, so we want to get ahead of it. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna talk to the lady that you just met. Meanwhile, you go and fucking handle Teddy.
Okay, will you say it?
Now.
Okay, fine. She'll go to hang up. And then she will text Teddy.
Teddy, you are on your way to the park where you're supposed to meet Owen. Or were you doing something else first? Sorry, I should have asked if there was something else you wanted.
No. No, I think actually if she had time, if she was early, she'd probably go down to this place where she's supposed to meet Owen and kind of like scope it out.
When you get out there, the park is, at this time of night, completely empty. You kind of walk through it. You've been through it before. You know it well enough. You arrive near the area where you were told to meet Owen. And when you do, you notice a small gray panel van that's parked there underneath some trees.
Sus. I would like to sneak up to this van.
Give me a stealth and dexterity roll.
Yep.
Never trust a white man driving a black. Stealth and dexterity, please.
Yep. Sorry, that's a lot of dice collecting said
No problem.
amount of dice. Is my target a 6, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right. You clamber up to it. At first, there doesn't seem to be anyone inside, but when you get closer to it, you can hear a little bit of movement inside. Like someone's in there and trying not to make too much noise, sort of thing. You're kind of all the way up against the panel van now. At this point, you've managed to kind of creep your way up to close to it without getting into trouble.
I think she's going to climb on top of this van and perch on top of it and kind of like loom over the van's exit, waiting for who could potentially come out of this van.
You climb on top of it. Do you try to not make any noise or movement? Or
I am trying to be as silent as a mouse right now.
So your roll was really good. So you managed to get on top of it. After a little while, near like maybe about 5 minutes after you're supposed to meet Owen, the door opens, and you in fact see Owen step out of the back of the van. And he steps out and he kind of looks around and checks his watch.
Is the door still open when he steps out and looks around?
Yeah.
She's gonna like do like a little Spider-Man move and like look inside the van as the door is still open to make sure you didn't come with anyone.
No, when you look inside the van, the back of it is just, there's just the 2 front seats and the back of it's kind of empty. There's a couple of suitcases there, and it looks like he was sitting, there's like a couple of milk crates, and there's a little electronic coffee machine. It looks like there's coffee brewing sitting on one of the crates. There doesn't seem to be anybody else inside.
I think she's gonna drop down behind him, but not soundlessly. Very obvious.
You drop down behind him, and immediately he's turned around and he's got, a gun in his hand, and he stops when he sees you.
You gonna shoot me, Owen?
Fucking give me a heart attack. Jesus.
Sorry.
How long
Just
you been
covering
there?
my ass.
Yeah, that's good. How long you been there?
A little while.
Now, let's sit inside. And as he says that, your ears perk up as you pick up a sound of like a little motor roaring, and you see a light that is moving through the sky very slowly, almost kind of like a helicopter or something. He looks up and he sees and he's like, get in the van, fuck, get in the van, quick.
She kind of just like backwards into the van.
He climbs in after you and he closes the door and he keeps an eye up. Fuck.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but a lot of shit going down, Teddy.
Yeah, you still on that aegis leash?
I said no, I guess.
What's that mean?
That means that somebody else running the show now, and all those of us who had former connections with some of your people are being kept a little bit more in the dark than we used to.
They took something of mine. Something very important.
Your dog?
No. Remember Nora?
Yeah, I set her bed on fire, didn't I?
Yep,
Yeah,
you did.
Not my best moment. They're really stepping it up then if they're going after someone like her.
Why would they do it? What do they want?
They're coming for you. Not you specifically, but they're coming for all of you. They know about you. They know about, I don't know what you call yourselves, but vampires. They know about the fucking furries in the woods. They know about all of it. And they've been trying to convince the government for several months now that you exist and that you're a threat and that they should be paid a lot of money to take you out, and the government is finally fucking listening after what happened a few months ago, sorry, in Venice. And they are coming for all of you right now. They're collecting intel, they're nabbing some of your people for interrogation, but they're coming hard. Teddy, you got 48 hours, maybe 3 days on the outside.
Venice? What the fuck does Venice have to do with this?
This is big. This is worldwide, Teddy. Some shit went down, and the government finally listened to Aegis, and Aegis got a lot of money to handle this situation. They're going to hit Chicago. They're going to hit at least 4 other cities. They are coming to kill a lot of you.
Do you think they killed her?
Right now, they're collecting intelligence, so there's a chance that she's still going to be alive. But they will kill her eventually, just like they're going to kill you and all your friends. You have to get out. You have to hide. You have to go somewhere. You have to... I don't even know where you can go, but anything that... what they just dubs a supernatural threat is going to get it. They know about you. They have been on your communications. They know about your infrastructures. They know about your leaderships. They know about fucking everything. It took a while to convince the government. I mean, they fucking believe they're fucking vampires, right? But they fucking know. What do you think I was doing when I was assigned to you? What do you think Aegis was doing with you? They were studying you. They were seeing what you were capable of, how you function, how often you had to drink blood, what you could do and what you couldn't do. You were a fucking lab rat. You and several others. They had at least 4 others like you.
So what? So I hide? You know, they're still hiding from Aegis. And I don't want to, Owen.
Well, there's not a lot of choice, Teddy. These are not... They're trained, they're equipped, they've been studying you. They know how to take you out, and it's not a fight you can fight.
Maybe not alone. No. But there's more of us. And I feel like I could tell the right people and maybe do something about this.
I don't know. This goes really, really high. This goes to the president. They were meeting with the president 2 weeks ago. This goes all the way there. Right now, the government's not committing itself because they're still kind of a little dubious, but they took a lot of that sweet fucking Homeland Security money that they used, that they all fucking earmarked after 9/11 to make sure there were no more terrorist attacks, and they're putting that on you, and then they're coming.
Fuck them. I don't care. If I have to die fighting Aegis, then that's what I do, I guess. But I'm not just gonna let them take innocent people. Nora didn't do anything. And I'm not gonna sit around while they have her fucking locked up God knows where doing God knows what to her.
I don't think it's gonna matter in the long run, but there are 2 people that are kind of running this thing. One of them, someone called Agent 7. I don't even know who Agent 7 is, but that person's the one calling all the shots now.
What a stupid fucking name.
Don't fucking get me started. Then there's this guy, White. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. We went to one of his parties once when you were working for Aegis.
I know that name.
He's the one that kind of perked Aegis's ear about all this stuff. He's what they call awaken, whatever the fuck that means, but he knows about you and about the wolves and about everybody else, and he's the one that's been pushing Aegis to act, and he's the one that's kind of been coordinating a lot of this.
Yeah, isn't he having a nice big party here soon?
Yeah, which Aegis is going to be protecting.
Yeah. Well, I hope they got that castle locked up real tight.
They do. Eddie. Fucking suicide.
Then that's just what it is. You're not going to convince me otherwise, Owen. I think you know me. Maybe you've forgotten a little. It's been a long time.
I haven't forgotten anything.
I think our face blushes a little bit at that.
I know how they think. I know how they operate. I know how to stay away from it. I can't help everyone in the city, but I can help you.
You're willing to do that?
What was that been?
All right. Do you have any idea of where they would be holding her?
No, but your only really serious shot to get the information in time is going to be to get to Oren White himself.
Then that's what we do. All right. Sounds like I gotta make some phone calls.
They're monitoring me pretty closely, but I should be able to help out. Yeah. Let me look into some things. I'll reach out to you before dawn.
All right. And I'll let you know what I find on my side. This number is still safe.
No, he opens one of the suitcases and he takes out a couple cell phones and he hands them to you. Use these once, the number's programming them, and then toss them.
All right.
And he pulls out a gun. You know how to use one of these?
I'm a quick learner.
Safety, packet here, extra clips. That guy.
I think she takes it and like pops the clip, looks at it, pops it back in, and racks a bullet. Yeah. I watched my dad a couple times.
Good to know. They still on that farm?
Yeah. He is.
It just knows about that farm, you know that, right?
Doesn't surprise me.
Alright, see what you can sort out on your end. I'll see what I can sort out on my end. Give me a call before dawn. Give yourself at least half hour.
Yeah.
If I don't answer, call me first thing after you've slept.
I will. All right.
Stay off your phones. Stay off the grid. They're everywhere. They broke into your guys, the ones that hang on the sewers.
Okay.
They broke into their system. They know a lot. All communication should be face-to-face or on burners.
Got it. Thanks, Owen.
I'm your driver, aren't I?
I think we know you're more than that.
Well, let's hope Aegis doesn't find out.
I missed you.
Yeah. Hey, remember that night that we were driving back from some party or other, and there's this coyote that came out right in the middle of the road. Just stood there staring at the car. You came out and you went and you looked like you talked to it or communicated with it somehow, like it knew you and you knew it or something, and after a while it kind of just took off. I always wanted to ask about that.
Maybe sometime soon I'll show you a cool trick I've learned.
It's gonna freak me the fuck out, isn't it?
Probably.
I knew it. I always did fall for the feral ones.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta talk to some people. The sun's gonna be up soon enough.
Stay low, stay off the grid. And they got eyes.
Yeah.
I'll call
And
Yeah.
she's gonna open the door, and as she does, she's going to turn into the coyote.
You're right, it's freaking me the fuck out.
And she just kind of dashes off through the park.
Freaking me the fuck out.
He just hears a oh in the background.
What do you do?
I think the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna go to the brick district. She's looking for Lee.
Yeah.
I think she's got a few things to tell Lee at this point.
I'm leaving you for the other dude that works for the bad guys that are coming to kill all of us.
If only that was the top of the list.
Back at Cassie's home, Teddy has left. Cassie, you come out of the room. So you've already finishing off with your plans.
Oh, wow. They look so much better.
Yeah. You gotta stop watering them too much. Like, every 10 days. They're all, like, really twisted and really weird looking now, too. Like, they're very abnormal.
I imagine that Cassie has like a wall calendar, and she just like takes the wall calendar down and starts marking off when she's supposed to water the plants. I apologize to Teddy too. I'm sorry, I should have like asked if you guys had known each other.
I'm fine.
Teddy didn't really like you too much. I mean, I get it. You kind of like almost killed her friend.
Yeah. But fuck that guy, right?
I neutral about him right now.
Something to think about, I'm sure.
So what are you gonna do? Got any plans?
No. I mean, I guess I should try and make some friends.
I mean, I can, I mean, you already know Cora. We can maybe see if Cora wants to hang out one day.
She tried to kill me, remember?
Oh.
I don't think she likes me very much either.
I mean, that was in the past, though, you know? Like, sometimes we just have to move forward from our first impressions of people.
Maybe that's something that Teddy should take a leaf from.
She'll, in her own time, maybe. Teddy's not really, someone that you're gonna, like, convince things of, you know? You kind of have to, like, prove yourself to her in some way.
I think I could do that. There's a lot of things I could do for Teddy.
I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of things we can all do for each other, you know, if we, like, care enough to.
You're a really good person, aren't you, Cassie? Like, deep down.
Probably at some point. I wasn't a really good person for a lot of years, so I guess this is like me making up for that.
Sure. We all stray from a path, right? But deep
If we have
down,
a path to be on.
you just want to be loved, don't you?
I think it's more than that. I want to be known.
You're very, very known. And Brina, like, glances around the room and sees all the ghosties in the space. You're very, very known, Cassie. Everybody knows you now.
I mean, I maybe not known by everyone. That's actually terrifying, to be known by everyone. I meant, like, known as in at a deeper, intimate level of someone talking to me and liking me for who I am and not just casting me to the side for my weird little quirks and habits. So having a lot of people know me is actually, that's terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, there are things that we can do to get you to get to know people on an intimate level.
Like what?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about weird stuff.
I kind of had that feeling. I thought, I felt like you maybe thought about, like, me seeing their insides and that being intimate.
I can make that happen for you.
No, see, that's what I thought that you thought I thought.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to it. Not opposed. I'm using too many contractions.
We
Too
could
many
go,
double negatives.
I mean, we could go do something, play at the morgue.
I mean, I feel like Cassie thinks about it. Cassie's like, maybe? I do have to make, like, a phone call, though,
Sure.
just to check in on something, but
I don't have to stay. I can go. It's okay.
you're always welcome. It's just, I just don't want you to think I'm, like, avoiding hanging out with you. It's just a lot of things keep popping up.
Yeah. Busy girl.
Unfortunately, I thought that, like, once I graduated, things would be, like, calm. I could, like, find a job, maybe.
No.
I don't know.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go make a phone call. Do you need anything? Do you, like, want anything? I don't really host people a whole lot. This is weird.
I don't need anything, Cassie. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay. She, like, does that thing where she, like, is hesitating, like, she doesn't really know what to do, and then she just turns and walks back to her room.
Brina's just following her with her eyes.
Yeah, just You get into the room. What do you do?
I'm gonna call Nicola.
You pick up the phone, dial a couple of rings. Cassie, how are you doing, honey?
Hey, I'm good. I was wondering if you could put me in contact with Charlotte Rojas.
Yeah. Very likely. Is everything all right?
Yeah, there's just some concerns that I have. We'd been talking about it a little bit the other day, last night. Time is weird. Time's a soup. And I just wanted to get some clarification about some things, maybe. And
okay, yeah. Let me reach out and see what I can do for you. I also have the elder Malkavian who was coming into town. I talked to you about, Georgina True. She's gotten into town just tonight. She would like to meet you maybe tomorrow or something. Would that be okay? Would you have time tomorrow evening?
Yeah, my schedule is pretty clear. I don't do a whole lot.
Okay. That's great. I'll call you tomorrow and set something up. Let me reach out to Charlotte and see if she can help you, and or at least get you two in contact. Is there anything I can do for you?
Oh no, it was she like whispers this for some reason. I wanted to talk to her about Hayden and Helena.
Okay. Let me reach out and I'll get back to you.
Okay. Bye. And she just hangs up.
What's Verena doing during this time?
I think that she is standing in the middle of the room and just looking at everybody who's in the space, catching as much of the conversation as she can that Cassie's having, but standing there and kind of taking in all of the ectoplasm surrounding her, her head just swiveling slowly all the way around.
There's this really strange kind of sense of family. Like, they're all just hanging out and doing stuff like, you know, like it's mom and dad, and like it's like Cassie's mom, Cassie's dad, Cassie's sister just sort of all hanging out in the house, like, you know, just living. Elliot's on the couch watching TV. Professor Halling is sitting in the chair reading a book. April is in the kitchen making some tea.
I think this is probably the first time that Verena has felt a sense of family since leaving her own, even if it's not her own.
Mm-hmm.
Since her embrace, she has not been afraid of death. And I think that this confirms it for her, that there is no need to be.
What does she do?
She sits down next to Elliot, just taking them in.
You sit down next to her, and at first, to them, and Elliot at first doesn't seem to notice you. As she's watching television, as they're watching television, then they turn at some point and look straight at you and go, "I know you.
You do.
You're Francis's friend."
Friend is a loose term, but yes.
You killed me.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
It was really horrible.
I know Francis. She's pretty horrible in that way.
Goes back to watching TV. What do you do after the phone call, Cassie?
I think Cassie is going to come out into the living room and see Verena sitting on the couch with Elliot. She's going to go stand next to Verena. Do you want to go to the morgue?
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Helena. Picked
Yep.
yourself up, dusted yourself off, got your phone back. Standing on the side of the street near the bar, what do you do?
Call Teddy.
Eddie, you're heading out of the bar, out of the woods, out of the forest after meeting when you come out and you've transformed again because there are people around and you don't scare the living fuck out of them when your phone rings.
I look at it, I see that it's Helena, and I answer the phone. Hey, what's up?
I fucked something up,
Okay.
but it doesn't really matter. Hayden took care of it for me. That shit I was talking to you about yesterday.
Yeah.
You've got a big problem.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd say so.
not you specifically. Hayden knows who you've been hanging out with, and something's coming for them. And I wanted to be the first person to tell you. So you can tell him to hide or run or do something. I don't know. Shit's fucked up. Where can we meet?
Right. That's gonna have to wait.
What's going on?
I can't really talk about it right now.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're safe, right? Like you're good.
Yeah, I'm safe.
Okay.
Can we catch up tomorrow? Is it something that can wait until then?
I don't know. Rojas is coming for the Anarchs.
All right.
Hayden gave me a lot of information at once. It was a lot. But she doesn't want them in Chicago.
Right.
And there's another thing.
What's that?
He's got an offer for you. And it gets rid of that mark
Don't
on your
say it.
aura. I'm sorry. Do you want it gone or not? You've got a fucking huge target on your back, Teddy.
Yeah. Real big target. Well, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, or stop by. Will you be at the shop?
Yeah, I can be at the shop. Just tell me when you're coming by. I'll be there.
Right. I gotta go.
Be careful.
You too.
She hangs up.
What's Helena going to do after?
She's gonna text Hayden. Just that she's headed back home and that she's meeting Teddy tomorrow.
Okay. I'll text you back that you're dealing with something, but he'll be there soon enough.
Okay. And she
And
just
then he
kind of
says, good job.
She I think whatever last remnant of what could have been good in Helena like feels gross. I think that very last little hint of a spark, but the moment she sees that good job from Hayden, it's snuffed out. And she feels on cloud 9. Everything that just happened in the club, she doesn't give a fuck about. Getting to Orin White meant very little to Helena the moment that Hayden returned, because she knows now that he's the sheriff that she has some pull, and if he can get further in this world of darkness, she can be untouchable. At least nearly so. So she's... that last bit of empathy, I think, is gone in her the moment he sends that message. And she just trots off into the night to go back home and wait for Hayden to return.
Happy in the little void that's inside of her. Teddy, you're heading out to Bricktown to see Lee and the Anarchs. What's going through your head as you're heading there with this new information that you got and everything?
I think her head is just racing with thoughts now. What is even happening? If only Rojas knew that none of this inner politicking fucking mattered at this point, that Aegis is going to eat them all up. And that's how she feels, that this Camarilla Sabbat Anarch doesn't mean shit. That there's a bigger monster around the corner. I feel like she feels a little bit like Paul Revere right now.
Just mean Hosican Paul Revere. And as you're heading into Bricktown, heading for the Anarchs headquarters, Cassie and Vorena, you are a step out of the apartment, heading out on your little date to the morgue. You come down the steps. It's a beautiful night. The moon's out, almost full. Beautiful stars shining down on you. Both taking some comfort in being with someone that kind of gets you and that kind of accepts you for the way you are, and kind of feeling good about that. What's going through your minds here as we Dennis, what's going through each of your minds? Let's start with Cassie a little bit here.
I think Cassie feels a lot of turmoil, and that's kind of why she was like, "Hey, let's go out," because Cassie has a really bad sinking feeling in her stomach about Helena and everything, that all the information she's gotten about Helena and the omens that she's seen, especially with the snake wrapping around Helena's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of her wants to just desperately ignore that feeling in kind of going out and hanging out with Verena.
And Zimshi is your comfort.
Yeah. My comfort, Zimichi.
Speaking of the comfort, Zimshi, what's going through Verena's head?
Friend. And also, how much would Verena know about Helena? Not Verena, Helena. Well,
not much. You knew more about Teddy because Carter couldn't shut up about her. But they were just people that you saw get embraced that night and never really spoke about them. Francis didn't know about Helena back when you were hanging out with Francis, so you wouldn't have heard anything from Francis.
okay, just checking.
I imagine that Cassie has talked about her friends, though, too. Probably hasn't mentioned names, but she mentioned probably Teddy, just not her name. And then also would have mentioned Helena, who had owned a occult store.
Mm.
Would there have been any other details about Helena that you would have shared?
I think she would have told you about Helena's snake, because Cassie's very much afraid of the snake, Gilgamesh. Call him Gil for short. And that she has a boyfriend who is has no eyebrows.
Got it.
As you step down to the street, both heading out there, you see a BMW pull up near you. A car stops, and the door opens, and out of the car comes a tall man with tattoos on his neck, white hair. You recognize Hayden, of course. And he says, Cassie, Charlotte Rojas said that you wanted to speak with us about something. He sent me to see how we can be of assistance.
Is he the one with no eyebrows?
Yeah.
Oh. Hello, no eyebrows.
He gives you a little smile. And that, my friends, is where we will end tonight's session.
I feel like I'm getting trapped.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Hayden would never do that. He's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He's
Scumbag boyfriend.
number one.
We've all dealt with that friend who has just that scumbag boyfriend.
Some of us have dated that scumbag boyfriend.
To be fair, Hayden has never said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" So,
Which is also even worse.
there is a
You're not making a
situationship.
case for him.
I'm not making a case for Helena either. Let's be very clear about this. It's a situationship.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. It's on their Facebook profiles. It says it's complicated.
Complicated.